Monday, June 12th. Just doing a quick video, a little overview. We were gone for a little while on a trip up north, so most of these hives are over 200 pounds, except for I think one or two, and one of them is like 275, something like that. I'll try to put the weights on here so everybody can see what's going on. And then honey's been harvested out of all of the large hives too. So that's hive 1 down there, hive 2, hive 3, hive 4. So we got a lot of good activity at everything. 3, when I left, I'm not sure if they were queenless or what. So that break is sideways. And this one I think would have had a virgin queen in it, but we left them alone. Haven't inspected them since. Same situation here. This one had requeened, so the break is flat. And hopefully they've requeened. We will have to check. This is hive 5. Still some activity, a ton. And this was N9, which was a swarm from a different neighborhood. These are not our bees, but got them confined in that lower deep box, and then a couple supers on there. This is where Nuke 2 was. I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, I think they made a queen from the Nuke 2 stock. So I sold. They swarmed, and I think I sold 2 nukes out of that, and then they've also requeened. So, and then this one was a strong one from the Queen Castle. It busted out into its own nuke, and they were building it well. But there was a hive here that either absconded or got robbed, and it may have just been too close to these other large hives. But luckily I was able to catch it before anything was wax moth or a small hive beetle, and I just went ahead and dropped it on top of this one. It still had cat brood and everything too, and they didn't seem to kick any out, so they probably were not gone very long. I am seeing some cappings and stuff underneath this one. I think that's more the fact that it has a screen bottom board without a tray under it than robbing or anything. And then this was also a Queen Castle. Yeah, I had 2 chambers of a Queen Castle. One was queen right and one was not. I went ahead and combined the 2 together in here. I think one, can't tell if it was laying worker or it was about to be, but I shook them all out in front of the hive, and they seemed to ball a worker bee, but she didn't have any hair or anything. She was very smooth, and I'm not sure she had begun layering worker or what, but they ended up going back to this box, and they've been combined into that nuke. Taking a look over here. This is just empty equipment. I did have 1 frame. Doesn't have foundation. It was a little extra from one of the mediums here that was drawn to a deep. I didn't chop that off and rubber banded it into that box, and it's just sort of a swarm trap. Not really anticipating catching anything in there, but might as well leave it out. And then this is N6. Not 100% sure if they're queen right now, honestly. They were combines from other ones that I've sold queens from, and a lot of extras. What I did before I left is I put these mediums, instead of above the 3 deep, I had put them above the 2 deep, just to hope to get them to draw those out. And then that is, I think that's what I'm calling N4, and it had a medium in it, and it was a swarm that was way up in the tree behind me that I was able to catch. But I put a medium honey frame in there that was empty, just drawn comb, to lure them in there. I'm gonna stop for 1 second for the plane. And back to this one. So it had a medium frame that they drew out to be a deep. I ended up cutting the extra off, rubber banding it to a frame in here, and then moving it up, and then put mediums in the rest. There's no queen excluder or anything, so they may lay in those medium cones, but I was just hoping that they would draw it out for me so I could use them for supers later. The next one is actually the queen from this hive 6, which is actually the queen that overwintered in hive 1, which was my lowest mite counts and probably my best genetics. So just kept her in there, went ahead and added a deep. I think I did that before I left. But they're doing well. I was worried they were getting robbed and everything, but they're actually just using the upper entrance and not really using that lower one. So I do have a robbing screen on there, but there's a lot in there. This was N1. It was just doing so well. I ended up putting it in 8 frame deep. It's actually got 3 honey supers on it. I think when I went in there to do it though, when I put the queen excluder on there, the queen must have been in the upper boxes because there was some brood up there. So I went ahead and found her, put her in the bottom, and I'll let that brood hatch out and hopefully they'll backfill all that with honey. But there's probably 2 supers on there that are full, and then I went ahead and put the 3rd one on there just to hopefully prevent them from wanting to swarm. And then again, hive 6 was a swarm that was from hive 1. And again, that's not the original queen because the original queen got moved over here. But they requeened, and I think they're doing well. I'll have to check to make sure that they are queen right. I do have the brick sitting as if there would be a virgin queen in there. So I have to just double check that. But there's a lot of activity. I have not lost any, except for that one that got robbed and possibly absconded there, and then ones that I've sold. So doing pretty well. I would like to sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would like to sell 8 more and get back down to 6 by the end of the year. And hopefully they're all queen right. And even if I'm just selling queens, I can do that and then hopefully combine some of these hives. But yeah, trying to sell some more to get down to 6. 6 is the goal. And that'll give me plenty of equipment, hopefully to split into in the spring, and then hopefully sell some more, and then get back to where I am. Get back down to 6 again at the end of the year.